So, hello and welcome to another episode of the Web3 INSIGHTS podcast series. I'm your host, Aaron Hayhurst, and today we're joined by Ofir Eliasi, who is the founder at BalloonDogs. BalloonDogs is pioneering a unified DeFi abstraction layer to simplify cross-chain transactions with an intent-driven approach. Backed by their major names like Edenblock, BNB Chain, and Starkware, and recognized as a Binance Incubation Alliance winner, BalloonDog is unifying fragmented DeFi ecosystems. So let's dive into their journey, technology, and the vision for the future. Ofir, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for hosting. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, no, great to have you here. I appreciate your time. Ofir, can you tell us what inspired firstly, can you give us a bit of an introduction, I suppose, into yourself, who you are and what you do, and also, tell us as well what inspired you about the creation of BalloonDogs and the core challenges as it aims to solve in the DeFi space.
Yeah, sure, of course. So the team and I are a very, very experienced team. All of us has at least 2 or 3 projects in our background in the blockchain space, and even before that, many years of coding and engineering. Me personally was a founder of another startup before, and the CTO of SSV Network. Before that, also experienced an IPO on Nasdaq of cybersecurity company, and an acquisition by Facebook, and overall 20-something years of tech-related experience. The BalloonDogs journey started when I was collaborating with Bioeconomy founders on some AA-related research. Then, of course, obviously, I've become super bullish on account abstraction, and realize the capabilities and the solutions that can be run by such concept, technology, and so on. And on some point, we as a team realized that there's a lot of missing, or I would say the potential of intents is not fully covered. And we started back then, go deep into that, have more comprehensive research on the space, and actually check data that relates to that. On that point, we had already data available for us to analyze, and we got some very cool insights about it. What are the missing parts? What are the misconceptions that exist on the industry, and also how to solve it. And then we decided to launch this project and to start dealing with those challenges. I would say that it's mostly about the limitations or the ability of an intent-driven communication to handle a solution that will be comprehensive. As you know, we want to get the best experience, and that's what everybody talks about. But the question is mostly how. And fragmentation, if you do only intents that are specific use case or very limited capabilities intent solution, can work great and can solve specific aspects of the blockchain space, but you won't get the experience that you're wishing for as an industry, as a wish for, I would say, mass adoption acceleration that we all expecting, and that's what we saw as the core value or the potential of building such a solution. I would say that what mostly drives us is to cover DeFi with intent, is to get a unified experience when it comes to a cross-chain, and we move on with that in order to deploy a solution that will be efficient enough and simple enough for the user.
No, for sure. With regards to the Unified DeFi Abstraction Layer, bit of a tongue twister actually when you said it out loud. How does BalloonDogs simplify? How does that basically simplify complex cross-chain transactions, and what makes it different from other solutions that are in the market?
Well, as I started saying, actually, DeFi is the main thing that we deal that others not really tackled yet, and it's about the concept of trying to cover as much as we can and provide a solution that is a comprehensive end-to-end cross-chain solution for DeFi. And for us, that will be in a way that we're asking the questions on the user behalf, how many tabs do you need to have in order to execute any usual task that you have on the blockchain space as a DeFi user? How many signatures is required for that? Okay, how long are you going to wait for it to get accomplished? and how efficient you will do that as a user. And those questions and and a couple of others, what actually lead us to the solution that we're providing. And I think by having an efficient way for users to gather multiple steps, execution, and have the ability to also format that in a very easy, humanable way, that makes this solution unique and valuable for the user.
So you've obviously partnered with some major players. Interestingly enough, clients I've worked with and guests that we've had on the show, actually, Nelson Ryan from Eden Block, BNB Chain, Starkware, and won the Binance Incubation Alliance. How have these partnerships and recognition sort of influenced your journey so far?
Well, I'll say that for us, the first step is like how we pick or select our partners. And we mostly focus on two aspects. One is chains, because this kind of solution is definitely beneficial for those chains and ecosystems. And the second one is infra DeFi related partners. And you can see, like you mentioned, BNB Chain and Starkware, a couple of more to announce soon. And on the DeFi space and the infra, we have Biconomy obviously to back us. And those are actually, for us, great partners that experience with the DeFi execution and have a community that are already engaged. And they're gonna, since this effort is mutual, and since this solution is actually they can leverage this solution for their interest, this is like the perfect match for us and for them. And I think like the future for us on that case is like to get more engagement by those and get more to realize the power of BalloonDogs to help them get more traffic, more TVL, and obviously more users.
For sure. Looking at the consumers and users then, who are the primary consumers and users of BalloonDogs DeFi Abstraction Layer? And also as well, how does it cater to different stakeholders from developers to end users?
So BalloonDogs actually, as you mentioned, it's a layer. It's an infra for build on top of, and we're providing two outcomes for this layer. One and most important is the API slash SDK that we have. That with this SDK you're able to easily format intents. Our intents built a bit different. The way we treat the blockchain space and DeFi interaction is with a weighted directed graph that actually can reflect the blockchain. And an intent will be state intent, a from and to, in a way that you can allocate funds as a from state. That can be your wallet, any DeFi protocol that you hold funds, and so on on any chain, of course. And then you need to set the destination where you want to get it, when, and how exactly. And it can be, again, it's a symmetric, so it can also be a wallet, a DeFi protocol on any chain. And couple those two asymmetric states, and you formatted an intent that is actually able to be solved by BalloonDogs network in a way that is most efficient, and to couple into this execution multiple steps that involve with DeFi interactions, and of course like more than single chain execution.
Moving on then to the impact, the team and the future vision within the business. How do you see BalloonDogs contributing to a more borderless and unified DeFi ecosystem, and what role does the platform play in connecting fragmented protocols across chains as well?
So I would say like our goal and when our indication to success will be to make BalloonDogs as a mass adoption catalyst. I can say that like for me, I think the next wave will be focused, and we all know that it's going to be focused on experience, that's for sure. But I think a mass adoption technology will be the aspect that will lead this space into the next level, or where we all wish it to be at when it will be like successful and widely adopted. And a lot of elements are already covered with efficiency related and execution and so on. But right now, we think like if this project will become successful and make it the way we think it should be, that will be in a way that we onboarding new users to the space and make it easy and most efficient for the existing one to operate and navigate their funds through a DeFi ecosystem. And on that case, that will increase the volume of transactions. It's supposed to help expose and discover new protocols and actually make this blockchain space more efficient for everyone.
Yeah, sure. How do you go about in terms of onboarding more users? I'm keen to sort of just dive into that in a little bit more detail in terms of like what's the sort of strategy and approach for that in particular.
To onboard new users, well, first, we mentioned the API and SDK as an interface for dApps, and that's very important because that helps build very, very fast and I would say even effortless and like in a very simple way any interaction with the blockchain. So developers should obviously gain by that. But we also providing a wallet. And this is a wallet for end users to have a unified experience and one experience to cover the entire DeFi space very easily. So that's the other aspect where we say like, yes, we can support the space and provide a lot of benefits for users in order to directly engage with the blockchain.
Okay. What's the best way for developers to get involved with you guys on that?
We have an SDK that is already up and running. You can find it on NPM. It's Intense.js. You can also check out our docs that's available for developers with examples and everything. I would say that it's very short because the idea is to make it like super simple for developers to execute and interact. Besides our documentation, you probably can find a lot of materials that exist out there, like blogs and written papers that we shared recently, that can explain more about the way we interact, the way BalloonDogs makes it efficient for developers to make the app easily.
Fantastic. No, that's good to know. So BalloonDogs has, an experienced team from companies like Microsoft and Tendermint. You've also got, a lot of experience and, an IPO on NASDAQ, an acquisition by Facebook, and previously was the CTO at SSV Network. How has this expertise within your experience and your team's experience help drive innovation and growth for the project?
So yes, this team is, I would say, like unusually experienced with having tons of talent and many years of experience. Well, I'm 22 years, as I said, with hands-on experience for coding. And I'm not the most senior guy at the team. So that's first. The idea is, by the way, part of what I did before is to support other startups. As a classic CTO, I can provide a lot of resources, a lot of help. And I had a lot of fun doing that and helping others. So, CTO is very hard to find. And in some cases, such even temporary solution can be very meaningful. So I saw a lot of teams. I know how it is when you have a lack of experience or the team is not experienced enough. And I think it's mostly get you in the position when you can act fast. You can do the right decision and not look back just like because you're super confident of what you're doing and you know exactly what's the next steps and what to expect. And it also makes you more efficient. You spend less time and obviously less money on getting things done. And that's why on this case, we build a team that is superpower and very strong on the technical aspect. And we see the results. It's actually the quality of the product, the innovation that we provide already is something that will be very hard to get without such amazing team.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think it's a great strategy to have because having candidates that come from, some of these big players out there and have gone through certain types of experiences within their previous career add real value and help drive that innovation or any challenges that crop up, people that can come up with potential ideas. Is there any particular strategy outside of that you have? I'm interested to know when hiring talent in general within the business, and that can be from a technical perspective or non-technical perspective. What do you typically tend to look for as a founder?
Well, I guess it depends on the stage you're at and what's the status of your current team. That's mostly the way to plan that or to set exactly what are the needs for you. Let's say the first hiring or like after you have like a big team of let's say 20 people, that will be different parameters, and the expectation are different. So at the beginning, you mostly go with people that you can trust on, more focus on trust people, and the ability to be flexible, because you are less aware of the challenges, you're less aware of like where you're gonna go with the product. And technology can change very easily, and pivoting is definitely part of the game. So on that case, you need people to be like more flexible, more agile, to be able to deal with new challenges and not getting frustrated by that, because that's also something. We're still human, and if you change your plans every day, hopefully not, but that sometimes happen. Then on that case, people should be able to deal with that. Later, when you have like more definition, you are more structured, you have like clear or more, I would say, defined roles, responsibilities. And on that case, it's easier, or like different type of people. You mostly focus on execution and efficiency. You want to get things in place, and to get like more on the execution, the weight on more on the execution. And that's kind of probably different. It's not necessarily related to tech, although this is my background and I mostly do tech hiring in my career. But I can say that it can be like anything. But I would say, like, on top of it, probably that is, don't rush into hire people. That will be even before that. That's the most important part.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely key. And I think you raised a good point there in terms of, especially in the early stages, hiring people within the business that are agile and flexible and easily adaptable to change, because it is fast paced and things do change, especially in this industry that we're in. So yeah, it's important to have that type of talent within the business that are able to manage that without getting frustrated or overly frustrated anyway, because as you said, naturally as human beings we can get easily frustrated. No, that's fantastic insight from yourself there. What exciting developments or upcoming features can we expect from BalloonDogs, as you continue to push the boundaries of DeFi?
So I would say a lot, because this is like an infra-driven solution. The way we on building this product, the approach we took initially is we saw the challenges, we realized like what is missing, and a lot is missing, and we decide to or we assume that an infra that is an architecture that is flexible enough, that will be able to cover more challenges, that will be the key factor, or what will make this project successful. And we did that in a way that anything that we see, like we saw and still see as a challenge, can be solved easily. And on that case, features like dealing with any kind of gas-related issues and cross-chain, and composability of transactions, or the ability of to time frame execution, and so on, so on, so on, become like very easy or very natural for such an infra. We started, by the way, we're gonna launch our closed beta very soon, and that's like for us super exciting.
Amazing.
Yes, it is. And from that point, we're gonna do a lot of extensions to the product, adding more. I would say simplicity into the execution, more optimization that relates to that, and a lot more efficiency when it comes to interaction to DeFi interactions, I would say.
Great. So a lot of exciting stuff going on.
Yes.
Watch this space. Amazing. I just want to finish up on a quick question as well, just to put you on the spot. It's something that I'm quite passionate about at the moment, and I was just thinking about it then when we were sort of talking about talent. I haven't actually asked this question in a few weeks, but it's good to get different viewpoints, and especially given your background and technical expertise, and it's as the audience will know, I've written some articles on this and stuff as well. So it's always good to get different viewpoints. But what's your best or advice that you would give to Web2 developers that are looking to transition into Web3?
Well, I would say for Web2 developers, they need to realize that Web3 acts completely different. it's not, by the way, on the other side, like for companies with a Web2 culture that want to shift or to have some kind of any kind of department or any team that works on the Web3, it's work different. You're not able to easily to shift from Web2 to Web3, and any converting Web2 developers into Web3 just by having just by using the technology will not work as they expected. And I saw some big failures, spending like millions of dollars of creating those POCs that mostly failed because of the cultural reason, because of the ability to raise the right people and having a Web3 team. So in that case, I would say for Web2 developers, it's not only technology. Focus on the culture, see how things are working on the Web3 space, and that will probably make them first more successful, and second more efficient on that case. And on top of it, I'll probably say that they must be a Web3 user. You cannot develop a Web3 solution without being a user. So that's I guess like comes without saying. So yeah.
No, great. So just to summarize that then, so 3 key points there. The two most important really, understanding the culture within Web3, being a user in Web3, and then lastly, around the technological experience and understanding the technical capabilities within the space.
Exactly.
Amazing. That's a really good insight. I appreciate your response on that. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ofir, for giving us an inside look at BalloonDogs and sharing, how you're simplifying and innovating in the DeFi space. Really appreciate your time. For our listeners, if you want to learn more or explore their SDK, make sure to check out BalloonDogs' website and follow them on social media. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Web3 Insights for more conversations with leaders shaping the future of Web3. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much, Ofir.
Thank you, Alan.